Hi, welcome to the studio. Today we're going to be creating this little owl, and it's based on the book by Chris Haughton, A Bit Lost. So this is the little owl we're going to design. Now you could do loads of them. I'm just doing one. I'm just going to show you how to do one, and you could do the little owl and you could do the mother owl. And it's best if you draw in pencil. I'll be using permanent marker just so that you can see it in the video. You'll also need a scissors to cut things out, or you can tear the paper if you don't have a scissors. You'll need some glue as well, and also some bottle tops or circles to draw some circles for the eyes. Now if you have them. If you don't have them, don't worry, you can always just draw the circles. I'm going to use some blue for the pattern on his body. I'm going to use some purple for around his eyes. The white will be for the whites of his eyes, and the black will be for his body. Oh, sorry, also a little bit of blue for the inside of his eye as well. Now, if you don't have coloured paper, you can colour some white sheets of paper with marker or crayon or any art supplies you want. You could paint it as well. So I'm starting with a white sheet of paper first because I want to do, the eyes are going to be the very first thing I do, because the size of the eyes are going to determine the size that the body is going to be. So using a pencil and some sort of a round object, if you want to trace with a round object, you'll need two circles. You'll need a large one and a small one, or you can just draw them. It's completely up to you. I'll do both. So the larger circle you are going to do for the white of the eye. So that's going to be the large circle. So now you want to cut out or tear out your circle. And the easiest way to cut out is to make them smaller. Cut it so that it's smaller, and it's easier then to turn as you cut with the scissors. You could do the same if you're tearing it as well. So now I have the whites of the eyes cut out, and I've done 4. You only need to do 2 unless you're doing more than one owl. So the next piece of paper I want to work on is the purple colour, and I'm using 2 of the whites of the eyes on the purple paper. I just want to use them to measure how much of the purple paper I need to cut out. Now you don't want the eyes too close together or too far apart. I'm using permanent marker so that you can see it in the video, but it'd be better if you used pencil. So I'm going to draw a curved line this side of the eye, and I'm just coming up to the very top of the purple page, and I'm doing a curved line around the eye, and I'm just going out a little bit and back in and all the way across, and then I'm going to do the same at the opposite eye, just curving that down. So now I have the shape drawn for around my eye area. I'm going to cut it out, and you can cut it out or you can tear it out. It's completely up to you. And like before, I'm not cutting right close to the shape. I'm leaving a little bit of extra line, and then I'm coming back in and tidying it up. So now that it's cut out, I'm placing the 2 whites of the eyes down on top of it here, and I want to put in the beak. So I'm holding one eye down, I'm moving the other eye out of the way, and I want to tear a line down to form the beak. So I'm holding the eye in place so I can see where I'm tearing, and I don't tear all the way down. I stop before I get to the end. So now I want to do the same with the other eye. Making sure to hold it in place, and I'm tearing a little bit down and stopping again before I get to the end. So now I'm just going to fold it over here, and I want to form a beak. And the beak is going to be like a triangle shape. So I'm just going to fold one side over, press it down, and I'm going to do the same the other side. Press it down, and then I'm going to bring it forward, and there's my beak. So now I want to do the outline of the body onto the black paper, and I'm using a white pencil. You can draw an ordinary pencil. I'm just going to draw in white so that you can see it in the video. Just moving up the eyes, the purple and the white of the eyes. I'm moving them up to the top of my black page. It's kind of like I want to leave a little bit of room, a bit of black on top for the head, and I'm just drawing a curved line down. Coming down, I suppose 2/3 of the page. and the same the other side. So my lines are both the same length, and I want to come back in and do a curve for the wing each side. I'm just coming down a little bit and I'm drawing a line straight across for the body. I'm going to come back in and put in the legs. So now that the body is drawn on the black piece of paper, I'm now going to cut it out. So remember, at any stage, if this video is going too fast, you can pause it. Out my body, and I've turned it the other way. I've flipped it over so you can't see the white marks underneath that I drew on. I'm now coming back in to check and see what else I need to add. So with some of the black scrap paper that's left, I am going to draw the black pupils for the eye. Now I'm using the smaller bottle top, but you could use a circle. You could draw a circle, or you could use any kind of a circular object to trace around. Now I'm going to fold the paper in half because I need two. And I'm just free drawing here the circle. And I'm just going to show you then how you can trace around the circle. So either is fine, whichever you prefer to do. So folding the page in half, I'll cut out two circles. So once you have the two black circles cut out, you can place them on the whites of the eye. Now, kind of move them around, have a bit of fun, see which way the owl's looking. Depending on where you move the pupils will depend on where he's looking. So decide where you want your owl to be looking. So the last piece of coloured paper we're going to use is the blue, and I'm just going to tear a bit off. I'm going to tear strips for the pattern on his body, so I'm not going to cut it, I'm just going to tear it, but it's completely up to you. You could cut a zigzag pattern if you wanted. I want to add some blue beside the pupil in the eye, and I only need a small bit, so I'm folding some blue paper in half and I'm using one of the black pupils to measure the blue for the eye. And I want to make sure that the blue that I cut out is bigger than the black piece of the pupil. Okay, so now I'm ready to start gluing down. So I want to clear off all my area. So I'm just moving everything out of the way. I just need the glue stick and the owl. I'll also use some of the white scrap paper that I had before to glue on. I'm using a glue stick and I'm going to start with the eye. So here's my finished owl. You could do more than one owl if you liked.